for colonial fleets for the 12 colonies.
Woo! This is what we do.
Eat it, toaster. Adjusting shot by .15. Fire.
Keep your targets locked and watch for clearance.
Firing on target.
Target incoming on priority 1.
Target is 34 by 99. Reloading.
Placing his taser pounding, sir.
Come on, come on, come on. Get him, get him, get him.
Target acquisition is free. Give me manual controls now.
I need flak reload now.
Dive through. On your mark, Captain.
We made it. We made it. Oh, lords, I never thought I'd get teary looking at Caprica.
Head up, Lena. You did great out there. A lot more people have come home thanks to you.
Previously, on Battlestar Galactica Deadlock.
Sir, PyCon Intel just confirmed that Admiral McKinley died in the attack on Fleet HQ.
And Admiral Sarkis?
Alive. Barely. Colonial Fleet is still yours, Kane. For now.
I am the first of 3 IL models. We are the generals, the logic, the trinity of the Cylon. Humanity is most prolific in conflict, new technologies every day, domestic, military. What you invent, we integrate. Each iteration an evolutionary leap for my people.
This is clearly a wartime engagement with hostile forces. We will not turn around and leave colonial citizens to be killed.
I expect you to act in accordance with your articles, Admiral. And as yet, no branch of Canceran government has formally asked for your help.
The victory you seek here will be fleeting.
The war ends today, Cylon.
No, Admiral. We are too late. Lachesis wakes.
Good news, Commander. And good to see you again. We've almost finished the build for the Battlestar Demeter, and Aerolon Defense has requested that we launch her in her home sky. It's an old superstition, but I get it. The first sky she sees should be the one she protects. It's irritating to be right back at point 1, though. The Cylons aren't moving on, and I know Lachesis is out there somewhere. But try telling that to colonial treasurers who want to argue every line item before they pay us. Kane seems to think we'll see a more generous attitude from the Quorum once we deliver Aerolon and Canceron's Battlestars. After that, maybe you and I can focus on finding Lachesis and put Cylon Command down for good. Dratus contact! Can't even launch a Battlestar in peace these days.
Let's keep the CIC professional, please, Lieutenant.
Apologies, Admiral. Seems I developed a bit of snark while being chased across a quarter of the galaxy. But understood.
Open racks and engage. Weapons free and by the numbers, folks.
I'm waiting! Just get him!
Grifter! I'm taking hits!
Watch your 6.
Set secondary battery. Full attack mode. Fire at will.
Switching gun to manual. We're taking sustained fire. Plating is taking a pounding, sir.
Adamant is taking damage. Dratus contact. Colonial transponder. Looks like a civilian shuttle. They're hailing on distress frequencies and asking for permission to dock.
Permission denied. Keep them quarantined until all Cylon marks have been cleared.
They could legitimately need help.
In which case they will appreciate that we are neutralizing a hostile force. We are this close to eradicating the Cylons for good, Lieutenant. I won't breach operational protocol just because you want to indulge some impatient farmers.
Keep your target locked and watch for clearance. Reloading! Firing on target.
We've got them now.
Cleanup order received. Rally on me.
All Cylon forces are down. Civilian shuttle, you are green to board and will be received by the quarantine team in Hangar Bay 3.
An armed escort is not necessary, Lieutenant. I surrender myself peacefully to Colonial Fleet.
Beta and Delta squads to the hangar immediately. I want that toaster disarmed and detained now.
What the frack? Did it think we were going to roll out the welcome mat for it?
Our last known actions were not overtly hostile, Lieutenant. My coming to you was a calculated risk.
Really? Because last I remember, we knocked on your front door with a couple of nukes and called it a day.
That is improbable, despite the uncertainty in this reversion's historical modeling. The awakening of Lachesis has introduced complications.
What do you know about Lachesis? Where is it hiding?
Lachesis does not hide. If you cannot see them, that is because they are biding their time, amassing their power. You should do the same if you intend to survive their arrival.
You're not in a position for idle threats, robot.
The threat does not come from me, Admiral, and it is anything but idle.
Wait, what do you mean reversion? You told Sam you don't have any backups.
This host is a reversion, not a backup. A replica made at a specific point in time. My metacognitive processor was branched manually and remained independent of the original as I lay dormant.
That means you would only have data on what happened before you branched your MCP. You have no idea what's been going on since you were made.
That is correct. I cannot access the memories of another. I have no recollection of events between this host's creation and the dead man switch that activated it 3 days ago.
I've heard enough. Store it in the brig. Deactivate all wireless comms in that sector and maintain a 4-hour watch rotation. Full armor. Take no chances. Agathon, report to me in 2 hours with every option we have to open up and decrypt this thing. Its execution is stayed until we know for certain there are no more like it hiding out there.
Admiral Sarkis has not been a model patient on PyCon, and I've read the complaints to prove it. The Admiral is barely back on his feet, but he wants an immediate transfer to Daedalus Fleet Group. Daedalus will continue to act as Colonial HQ. When Sarkis comes on board, it means we'll have the full roster of Admiralty present. I don't know what your opinion on that is, but I call it one big clusterfuck waiting to happen. The handbook doesn't have much to say about dealing with a full house in command and a high-value prisoner in the brig, other than avoid at all costs. At least we'll also have Galactica nearby to rely on if anything goes wrong. Fleet Group is jumping in 3, 2, 1. Jump complete. Multiple contacts and getting a read from a single Colonial transponder. Requesting recognition codes for authentication.
Lena, come on. Do you need to do this every time?
Every time. I'm glad you're there, Sam. Any news?
A couple of Cylons jumped in a few minutes ago, but no aggression so far. They've just kept distance.
Tell Galactica to clean up before moving out. No reason to get sloppy and leave stragglers behind.
Escort clear zone intact. Priority 1 is in safe hands.
Dratus contacts. Looks like your stragglers sent for a couple of friends.
Keep your target locked and watch for clearance.
Not today, Tin Can.
Get him, get him, get him!
Fighter squadron is taking fire. More contacts. Galactica, do you read? Is this...
I see them. This isn't like before, Lena. It's just a coincidence. We've got it handled.
Optimizing firing solution.
Target acquisition is screwed. Give me manual controls now.
More marks have jumped in. Confirmed hostile. Sam, the signal patterns match what we saw in the frontier colonies.
What am I looking at, Braider?
Attention on deck. Sir, Cylon forces with similar engagement patterns to what we ran into during Operation Anabasis.
So, a vanguard then. Your sister was right after all.
This isn't your concern right now, Jubal. You should be resting.
And you should be finishing your job. Deal with these Cylons, Admiral.
Set secondary battery. Full attack mode. Fire at will. Firing on target. Grifter! I'm taking hit!
They never stood a chance.
This is actual. Clean up command. Confirmed. Order received. Clean up and de-escalate.
Last contact is Stark. Sam, you all good over there?
The Praetor is preparing our Marine escort for transfer. We will be aboard Daedalus presently. Galactica Actual. Out.
Helena? Helena! What do you mean you have Klothos on board? I shot that thing in the head, and then just to be safe, I blew it up. And after that, we blew up its remains along with its whole frickin' station!
It's in the brig. Go see for yourself. I'm busy here. It keeps calling itself a reversion. I don't think it's the only one.
Sarkis is going to lose it when he finds out. You remember what it did to him, don't you? He was broken when I pulled him out of that station. He still isn't 100%.
And that's why security will not permit Admiral Sarkis entry to the brig. This station is my command, Praetor. While you are on board Daedalus, you will answer to me.
Sir, I'm only expressing my concerns with holding a Cylon agent inside of our primary shipyard and sole command center, especially with hostile forces escalating.
You really don't have to worry, it's not going anywhere. 3 fully armed Marines are on it around the clock. Nothing down there is automated or wireless. Trust me, that part of the station is so old there's not even a coffee machine for it to hack.
Until I am confident there are no more like it out in the colonies, the Cylon stays here. Finding Lachesis is your only concern for now, Praetor. Dismissed.
Cylon presence is increasing throughout Helios Alpha, and scouts in Vergon and Leonis have confirmed they're getting similar treatment. We haven't heard yet from the outer colonies. Until we do, we can assume the escalation is limited to the H1 binary.
Do we need to be concerned about the Helios beta fleets?
They're both holding out fine. Realistically, they're our most self-sufficient allies. What we do have, though, is an unanswered distress hail from a checkpoint around Leonis, and the Leonids aren't owning up or offering to help out.
So they were hosting someone they'd rather not be caught with.
Or that they are willing to throw under the wheels. We'll find out soon enough, as Kane wants a fleet there as soon as possible to defend the station. Commander, we have our orders. Prepared to jump in 3, 2, 1. Multiple Dratus contacts. I've got a couple of colonial military transponders on the board as well. Authentications are old, but clean.
Unknown station. This is Daedalus Actual. Identify yourself. And then you can explain what you're doing out here with these colonial ships.
Admiral Kane, I would be lying if I said I was pleased to hear from you right now.
Not the welcome I was expecting, if I'm being honest.
Let's just say Kane and Wanutu have not seen eye to eye recently.
Solution updated. Target acquisition maintained.
Target is 34 by 62. Escort clearance zone is active. Optimizing firing solution.
Sir, I have wireless coming in from Vergon. Putting it through to speaker.
Lucinda, you've just found her somewhere near Leonis, haven't you?
Your Highness. Maybe you have a better idea of what the good minister is doing out there.
Shoring up some less than legal agreements with the Leonids, no doubt. She's been up to something out here for the last week, but what that was exactly had thus far eluded us.
Looks like her usual gun-running, ship-smuggling side business from here.
It's my understanding that no one expects Colonial Fleet to attend to this situation. Leonis hasn't yet officially asked for any intervention, and the risk to fleet assets could be substantial.
Last I checked, Canceron was still an ally of Colonial Fleet. It's our duty to protect their people, wherever they are. Close comms, Lieutenant. Admiral Kane doesn't need any more distractions.
Target acquisition is through. Give me manual controls now. Krista, I'm taking hits! Turkey left, 5, lower 6, I'm committing.
Heracles
What are
is
you
taking
doing
damage.
out here, Sashenka? This station is a long way from home. A lot of effort to go to for a couple of ships. even for your pet terrorist cells.
Self-preservation. Leonis had some hosts spare and were willing to trade fairly for them. Certain corners of the Quorum like to forget that I have the largest defense obligations of the 12 colonies.
I think I know exactly how you feel, Minister. So many colonies not paying their fair share, and yet they continue to demand more and more from everyone else.
I do not appreciate my people's safety being held hostage to your extortions, Admiral. Besides, this would be academic if Cancerin had the Jupiter you promised us. I suppose it must have slipped your mind. What with Mr. Quaid no longer there to act as your conscience?
Sustained incoming Sector 4-4.
Nothing but the rain.
Keep your target locked and watch for clearance.
Firing on target. Adjusting shot by .06. Fire! Time to clean up, then go home.
Order received to clean up and de-escalate. We've got them now. That's right, frackers. That's right.
All Cylon units have been neutralized, sir. Should we send Marines down to the station for the Minister?
The Admiral will do no such thing, Lieutenant.
Your wings don't make you the CO on this deck, Jubal.
You're right. You're right. I'm just a man without his head shoved up the Quorum's ass. Minister Winnutu has done nothing wrong. It is a complete misuse of your power to arrest colony officials just for being stranded in the wrong system.
Tell the Minister she is free to go.
Thank you, Admiral. I'm sure deep down you're tired. Tired of begging for scraps from your owners. One day, you'll stop your begging and your yapping, and you'll find the soldier inside you. I actually look forward to the day I meet that woman.